Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, 21st day of November. Here we go. On meat and fish, which yesterday's halacha was that we had explained that they're not supposed to be eaten together. But now a few of the things that are permissible, like so that the stringency of not having meat and fish together doesn't go all the way to today's topic. Like, for example, let's say I cook meat in a certain pot. And then I'm done. It's a fleshik pot, obviously, and then I clean it out really, really well. And after I cleaned it out, I'm looking to cook some fish in that pot. Do I say, oh no, a Jew has to have like 4 sets of dishes: a fleshik set, a milchik set, a parv set, and a fish set? So there's no such thing. You are allowed to cook meat in a pot, clean out that pot, and then you are allowed to cook fish in that pot. And you're even allowed to do that on the same day. You just clean it out because we still don't want the meat and the fish together, but the little bit of taste that's in the walls of the pot, for which we require usually a fleshik set and a milchik set, we don't go that far when dealing with meat and fish. Another example, let's say I baked uncovered fish in the oven, and later that day I want to cook uncovered meat in that oven. Not at the same time, just later in that day. So I will have to clean off any spills, visible spills that are, sitting in the oven, because if I leave them there, then they will cook up and go into the other item. But as long as I clean up the spills, then I could use that oven for meat, clean it, only if I see spills, and then go over to cooking the other thing in that same oven, same day, and it wouldn't be a problem. Let's say I have a grinder and I use it to grind up some meat. And then I clean it out, and later I want to grind up some fish in that grinder. Do I need to get another grinder, have a special dedicated fish grinder? The answer is no. And for those of you who are smart and know that onions are considered a sharp food, and you're wondering, well, would it be the same if there were onions ground up together with that meat? And then what if there are onions ground up later in that same grinder with fish? So same thing, as long as you clean it nicely between the two uses, then you are fine. Let's say you have a clean meat knife and you use it to slice some onions, and onions brings out the sharpness, and knives, some of you might know that when you press a knife against the food, that also helps bring out the flavor. So now when I use a knife, sliced it sharply against onions, which are a sharp food, can I take those onions and put them in fish and cook the fish with those onions? There's no actual meat that went through, because I cleaned the knife. And so it's a fleshik knife that sliced an onion, and onions sharp, taste, knives are sharp and they press very hard, and yet those onions are allowed to be cooked together with fish. That's how some of the, I wouldn't call them exceptions, but just that rule about fish and meat being eaten together doesn't stretch all the way to today's set of examples. Thanks for logging on. Have a great Shabbos, and log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye-bye.